Good day, everyone, and welcome to the world of the International Fabtalks. Fabtalks is all about connecting with the right kind of people. They have really emerged victorious. They have faced the challenges in the right way. And we invite them here to share all the challenges that they have faced and how they are conquering the world in the right way. Like this, today we have a wonderful celebrity who has conquered the world in the right way. She's been a wonderful person on the personal and professional front. Let me put that right. She's a wonderful person on the personal and professional front. When you connect with her, you can feel that there is a certain warmth, a certain wonderful understanding that she has with her, that you could bond and gel with her in the right way. She's been touching and inspiring several students across the world. And especially in Chennai, she's been doing wonders. Let's get to know more about our celebrity and guest today, celebrate her journey today on the International Fabtalks. She is none other than D.Harathi, joining us all the way from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Happy afternoon and namaste to everyone. And thank you for inviting me for your session, the International Fabtalks. Very delightful to be with you all today.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being so humble. This is what we want all the youngsters out in the world to understand, that humbleness and egolessness, you should be without any ego. All of this takes you a long way. And you have all these beautiful qualities. I really like the way you connected and bonded with me over the past few days. That's really nice, ma'am. I really like that. And this is what we want, including me, to learn from you, to be egoless and to be very humble. Ma'am, I go ahead and share your profile and we begin the session.
Yes, please.
Thank you, dear. So friends, it's time now to share the profiles of our celebrity and guest. You might have got a hint as to who ma'am is. She's connected with the education sector. But let me add more to that, so that you could understand our guest and her work that she's been doing till now. Connected with several community welfare programs. Now, how and why she does this, we'll get to know about it. We'll dive into the session, dear friends. Ma'am has also published a lot of research papers with regard to sociology, etc. Let's see how she's been able to do all of this. Her profile is vast. And so when you meet people like this, you are lost in the wonderland. That is Alice lost in Wonderland. That's how I feel myself today, lost with this beautiful person in all the activities that she's been conducting till date and engaging herself in the right way to connect and bond with students, staff members, parents, and one and all. Dear ma'am, over to you. Thank you so much for being here. You have a wonderful profile. Very impressive indeed. Thank you so much. I'd like you now to share something about yourself. Who is the real D.Harathi? Over to you, dear.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I'm grateful to you. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. You have known my name, all of you, and also my profession, my background, that I have been in teaching service for about 25 years. My native language is Telugu, and the current school, Heartfulness International School, this is my 19th year. So I have overall 25 years of experience, and I have two siblings. Both of them are in different parts of the country. One is in my own native, and my brother, younger brother, is also a practitioner and also a yogic trainer from the Heartfulness Institute, which I have mentioned that I have been practicing. And my field of study is sociology, MA sociology, and I feel very grateful to belong to this particular subject. It has created a lot of exposure to me and understanding of the world. Like ma'am, you were asking me what motivated me to engage in community outreach programs. So sociology is a subject where we study about the society, social groups, and social interactions and institutions. So basically about human behavior and social problems. So when discussing this subject, you automatically get into the world of reality and practical experiences, the struggles of the people in and around. So that made me, and from the childhood, because of my elders, my grandparents, my parents, and also because of my education, I was deeply inspired by Mother Teresa. I remember in my school days that in my language subject, we had a non-detailed textbook where we were able to go through her biography, Mother Teresa's biography. At the tender age, I was greatly inspired by her, and that was the time where the seeds of welfare of others, the community, social work, these things have been seeded in. So when I was able to get into job during my college education, I started looking for opportunities where I can engage in volunteer service, etc. And fortunately, this subject also matched with that kind of my persona, and I got good opportunities to take it. So this is a brief history of ma'am. I love my subject, sociology, as well as social science. Thank you.
That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing all of that so nicely. What I come across like with your profile, the way you shared yourself, you're a soft-spoken person and you volunteer yourself, to take up various community service projects or maybe welfare projects, to put that right. That's really excellent, ma'am. Now, I have a simple question for you. What is this heartfulness practitioner, if I could put that right? You've been into this since 1993. If it is 1993, I think it's almost like 30 plus years you're into this. So
Yes.
dive deep into the session further. I'd like you to just share this. What is this heartfulness practitioner all about and how you inspire people with this? Over to you.
So, Heartfulness Institute, which was previously called as Sri Ramchandra Mission, it is an institute which trains the people in yogic meditation, which is called as Raja Yoga. So this system of yogic meditation helps the people to regulate their mind and connect with their inner self. So we have the world headquarters of this Heartfulness Institute in Telangana state, Hyderabad, Cheguru village, Kanha Shanti Vanam. I would like to repeat it again, Kanha Shanti Vanam, which is located in Cheguru village in Hyderabad, Telangana state, is the world headquarters of this Heartfulness Institute. It is a simple meditation practice which helps us to regulate our mind, stay calm and composed, and connect with our inner self. So this has been established in 1945, and we have the lineage of masters. We have our 4 masters right now. Sri Ramachandra Maharaj of Fatehgarh, he is known to have been rediscovering this method of meditation. I hope the viewers and you also are aware, ma'am, that India is a land for spirituality, where we have so many methods and systems of faith, belief, and spiritual practices. So this is one such system. And what Raj Yoga means, king of yogic practices. So we do meditation on heart supported by yogic transmission. So you can understand what is transmission means. It is like a divine energy. If you have to run lights, tube lights, or run a machine or a computer, you need electrical energy, right? The same way, to keep us moving, how we need energy for physical activities, this is a divine energy for our soul, to briefly and simply put it. So my parents were the followers of this meditation, and we were also born into that. When I said 1993, at the age of 16 years, I just started my 12th grade or so at that time. So I got the initiation into this method of meditation, and I have been practicing this meditation. Thank you.
Interesting, ma'am. Interesting. And I like the way you speak. You are so clear with what you're sharing. You're very calm, composed, and I have to learn that. And many of us have to learn how to be calm and composed. I think you have learned it from this process,
Yes,
to be able to convey to the people the right kind of things in the right way. That softness, I really like that, which you have within you. That's really great, ma'am. So dear friends, if you would also love to join this beautiful session, or connect with ma'am with regard to heartfulness, programs
Institute and meditation.
Yes, dear. Hopefully, we could share it in the description, all the information about it, such that you too could also participate, including me as well. Dear ma'am, why did you take up sociology? There were several other subjects and, political science and economics and commerce and etc. Why did you focus on sociology? Why were you drawn into that beautiful zone?
It was rather dramatic. Actually, I was a commerce student. And soon after my graduation, I dreamt of becoming an entrepreneur. And it was the time when women entrepreneurs were encouraged. So, and my dad is a food scientist and a technologist and production manager. So my dream was that I could set up a small cottage industry for food processing products and give employment to some other women. That was my dream actually. And we attended a seminar and a conference of investors and as well as prospectors, business people and entrepreneurs, but somehow it did not work out. And then I went on to give my B.Ed exam, Hindi B.Ed, Hindi Madhyam. Okay. But then I was asked to give some donation, which I could not and I did not like. I didn't want to depend on others and I didn't want to even give burden to my parents because I had younger siblings and they had to take care of their education. So in that time, my cousin, one of my family relatives, she informed me that there is a vacancy in a school, local school. Why don't you try if you are interested? And our family, both maternal side and paternal side, is large and extended joint families. And I was the elder granddaughter. So I had many number of cousins. I was good at babysitting. I would engage them with poems, songs, some kind of games, fun activities, everything. So I felt that I have that kind of skill to deal with the children. I felt it was nice opportunity and I attended the interview and I became teacher and I'm continuing doing very well in this noble service or profession. But at the time of joining this school, after I worked for 7 years in my own native state, Andhra, in Vijayawada, St. John's Public School. And after marrying, I shifted to Tamil Nadu, Chennai here. I took a break for about 1.5 years. And then I joined this Heartfulness International School with a condition that I will go proper professional B.Ed training. And in that way, I had to give exams and in distance mode, I have completed my B.Ed. And then the school started increasing from secondary school to senior secondary school, introducing classes 11 and 12, and to also open humanities stream. So for humanities stream, we already had PGTs who were in history as well as pol science, and nobody was there for sociology. So my officials, my principal, Dr. Bhavani Shankar, he is very famous in CBSE circles. So he encouraged me, why don't you opt sociology? So it was accidental, but now I feel it is a blessing for me to get into this subject. That is how I got into sociology. I was parallelly learning the subject and teaching this subject, and I love the subject.
Wow,
thank you. This is my journey into sociology.
Very interesting, very interesting. I could visualize all of that. The way you were sharing it, I could visualize all of that. You were taking care of the little cousins. I could just visualize you as being the eldest granddaughter there and taking care of all the other cousins. And then you attending the interview session, being selected and all of that. That's really great, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. You've mentioned you've done your B.Ed through distance mode. You mentioned, is it available even today? Like, can someone, complete their B.Ed today as of date? I have heard that they have stopped it. If no, you could share that with us because there are several other people who might want to do it.
Yeah, some of the universities do allow it. Like we have the Indira Gandhi National Institute, IGNOU, when I said National Open University, IGNOU. Even Tamil Nadu Open University offers this course for those who are in service teachers, but you have some eligibility criteria that at least you should have 2 years of experience of teaching, ongoing in service teachers, and you should have a UG with 55%. So these are certain criteria and eligibility that you have to have, but some of them have. However, the course is now, because of the new education policy, if the change is initiated, the number of years, normally this program is for 2 years, it may extend to 4 years. This is what according to the new education policy, 2020 National Educational Policy.
Oh dear, thank you so much for sharing that. One thing which I'd like to ask you, is there any age limit?
As far as my knowledge goes, no, there is no age.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being very honest on that. Because there are several women and men out there, they might want to complete a B.Ed through a distance mode, complete this B.Ed course through distance mode. They have good teaching skills. They have a lot of experience, but they don't have, the practical training certification. So I think if B.Ed is like can be done through distance mode, that would be a blessing for many of them across India. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that. Much appreciated. Thank you for giving us a lot of clarity. As a woman, what were the challenges you faced when you took that leap to become a professional? Because usually we've, in earlier times, like you very well know that women are not allowed to go out and to work, or maybe like they have to only take care of the house. But when you decided that you're going to make use of the education that you obtained, so did you face any challenge at home or the community around you? Did they say something, she goes to work and she comes? Was it something like this? Or you really enjoyed the process and you had the support of everyone when you began a professional journey in your life?
It's very important question. I appreciate that you have asked this question, because though we talk about women empowerment, in development of the status of women in the society, you need support of your family, your parents, your spouse, if you are a married woman, of course. So society-wide change can happen if at an individual level and family level, there is awareness, increased awareness and support. So thankfully, in my case, my family, my in-laws, everyone supported me. But of course, it is a very tough job to juggle between work and your profession, work-life balance. And there will be social expectations. Though people may support you to go for work or something, still you need to do better or best in both the ways. Even at home, you need to discharge all your duties properly, take care of the family members, cook for them, take care of the children, all these things. So that will be a difficult part. But if you are determined, if you have some strong willpower and are able to plan things, I feel that this is possible.
That's really nice. Very interesting. Very interesting. You connected with books, right? What kind of books interests you apart from sociology and social sciences?
Honestly speaking, till my school, I was into reading a lot. You know, the children's books, story books and all. Particularly, I remember one particular magazine, children's magazine, which is called as Chandamama. People from Andhra might be easily able to identify that Chandamama stories, full of colored images, wonderful stories, message-oriented and moral stories. I hope you heard about Vikram Betal stories.
Yes, yes. I just
He
wanted
had
to tell
that.
you that. Yes.
Yeah. Serialized story was there in that Chandamama. And those days we didn't have television, gadgets, and all other types. So we had to either go for an outdoor games or something, or storybooks, of course. And we had library. So in our holidays, this was the major time pass for us. We would go to the library and read books. But after crossing school and when I entered into college, it was more of academic reading and reference books, everything. So even after I became teacher also, it was more of preparing for my subjects. But I can tell about one book, which is written by my own spiritual guide of Heartfulness Institute, Ms. Shri Kamalesh D. Patel, whom we lovingly call as Lalaji. The name of the book is Wisdom Bridge. And this book gives us 9 principles to lead a happy life. Take care of your family members, your community, your loved ones, and spread happiness. So nowadays, raising children and parenting is a very complicated. Parents are trying their best to with whatever knowledge they have. But it was not like an easy task, which it has to be. You join them in a school, you provide for them their food, clothing, health, and everything. That was more. And you had joint families, elders, cousins, uncles, aunts. It was a kind of a community support that you had. But now, nuclear families, both parents working, very less time, they have their own commitments and challenges. So parenting has become a very tough job now. So this book gives the principles which are very simple and practical. So it will be best useful for the parents, to be parents, grandparents, and the caregivers for children. Basically, the book tells us about the tips and techniques how to nurture children right from the birth of the child or even before the birth of the child.
Very true. You're very true. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing all of that. Do you have any beautiful memories about your own childhood? Now you are a teacher, you are into the, zone where you nurture children. But I'd love to know about your childhood. What kind of a childhood you had, about your school and at home? What were the various memories that are still fresh in your mind? If you could share that, any one or two memories?
Yes. As a child, I was very happy, cheerful child, but mostly obedient child. My mom says me that if my dad, I'll be playing around, right, with other children, playing around with brothers, siblings, cousins, and all. If he calls me and asks me to come on, sit in a corner, sit quiet in a corner, I'll be seated like that for hours together till he comes back and allows me to. Even others come and try to distract me or tells me it's okay, it's food time, lunch time. I would not. I was that obedient. As a student also, I was always a first bencher, always paying attention to teachers. Maybe in today's language, it is like a nerd or name, but I have been an obedient student. But we were engaged. Life was very colorful, connected with the nature, always playing outside. And schools were also mostly located amidst good, surrounded by gardens, fruit gardens. During lunch breaks, we'd go and we will try to throw stones in the mango plants and all, try to steal mangoes from others' gardens surrounding our school. So it was full of fun and joy. We didn't have much facilities, but we created our own happiness, joy, and it was a living together with friends, meeting and gathering with the relatives. I feel pity that today's generation is missing on this socializing and others.
Very true. Very true. Very true. They are missing out something. This generation, I mean, they are missing out certain things which we enjoyed.
Yes.
The resources were less. Nevertheless, we made most of the things that were available around us and enjoyed ourselves. You mentioned it was very colorful, your early childhood. That's really great. And I could visualize you taking certain stones, small stones, and trying to get some mangoes in your hand. That's really nice. I mean, were you scolded? Did anyone catch hold of you and like shouted at you or something like that when you indulge in such activities?
Yes, of course, it is not me, but a group of friends, all of us. We had extra class during our 10th standard. Of course, we had exams at that time, public exams, same as now. So for certain subjects like math and science, we had extra classes in the evening. And our school was among the fields, actually, and sugarcane fields. You know, right? Sugarcane.
Yes.
So in the evenings, we will sneak into those sugarcane fields and we'll try to cut off this sugarcane and we'll run and come and we will share amongst all the classmates and we'll eat. Mostly boys will be set. We'll accompany them till the field, but it would be the boys' job or responsibility to go inside and get the sugarcane. We'll be patrolling there to check if somebody is coming, the owners or someone. So one time the boys who were inside, they were caught. They were tied there by the sugar farmer there. And all the other girls and others were waiting. I said, we jumped and escaped, but they were caught. It went to the notice of the principal. So many drama, lot of drama went on. Parents were called. Everything happened. It was like a funny, memorable incident for us.
You've explained that so well. I could visualize this also now. In the sugarcane field, the sugarcane farmer came forward and held on to those boys. They were, tied up, and you might have had a very tough time. I think my heart was beating when you were sharing all of that. That's really quite scary. And nevertheless, it brings back beautiful memories, and you can't get that now because most of us are like, focused on something else. We are holding on to mobiles. We are holding on to the screens most of the time. But earlier times, you had a connection with nature. And when you did something wrong, you were given a chance to rectify yourself. Parents were involved and, the management as well. And then everything was set properly. Nowadays, it's quite difficult to have all of that, which we had earlier. Times have really changed. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Thank you. With regard to the present work that you do, you're connected with the activities department. What is this activities department? Is it all connected with extracurricular activities, dramatization, etc., something like that. What is it from your end, if you could share that?
It is life skills activities department. As you said, yes, it is a co-scholastic department. It is the vision of our founder, who has been again the third master of this Heartfulness Institute, that we do not want to produce. There are so many schools. Being a spiritual organization, why the founder wanted to establish a school. So we didn't want intellectuals who had knowledge in the mind, but we wanted all-rounded people who have compassionate heart, who can give back to the society and become the change agents. So with that motto, the vision of the founder was that we should also provide not only intelligence and skills needed to earn a livelihood, a better job, or a better earning, but also practical hands-on skill which go with their throughout their life. So that was the reason why they have established this around a decade ago, 2013-14. This was the time when discussions happened, and then my management understood and called me that, can you take up this department and develop this department? Because they know that I was more of project-based, activity-based type of teaching. I followed that type of teaching. So there was nothing clear about what should be the curriculum for this department, what would be the type of activities, that everything. And again, this is the reason why I relate to the childhood in those golden old age. Everything was very natural. We were involved and participating in the activities with our elders, with our community, celebrating festivals. So what were the skills that we were learning? Basically, it is social skills, thinking skills, and emotional skills. So take example, today's generation, they are able to earn money, but do they have knowledge of dealing with money? So money management, the same way, time management, emotional skills. If you see, depression is taking the life of youth more than AIDS or any other deadly disease. Why? Because we are lacking emotional intelligence. We don't know how to cope with stress or depression or any setbacks, failures, on these things. So what is the use that you are creating people with a set knowledge and intellectual base, but they can't even face their day-to-day challenges? So this is the main intention behind establishing this department. And here we adopt 10 core life skills, which has been given by World Health Organization. As I mentioned, these are related to thinking skills, social skills, and emotional skills. We have coping with emotion, coping with stress, interpersonal skills, empathy, effective communication, creative thinking, critical thinking, problem solving, decision making. These are the core life skills. And nowadays, everybody talks about 21st century skills. The 4 C's, 5 C's, they talk about critical thinking, creative thinking, compassion, communication. So this is the main view of this department. We try to provide activities which create hands-on experience among the students. So it is learning by doing.
Wow, that's really interesting. Very interesting. In fact, every school should have this, ma'am. Every school. It's not only providing intellectuals or making them, score marks and shine and be a competition for other schools, others. That's what is going on. Competition for scoring high marks. But you have to build a child from within to face all the stress that will definitely be there in their lives in future. No one's going to have it easy. And you have various programs and activities that could enable children to build on their emotional strength and to be emotionally balanced, to have compassion, to be more compassionate, etc. You mentioned that very well. Hats off to you and to the work that you do and to your organization as well, and to the founder who has had the heart and the thought process to have this in his organization in this beautiful way to inspire children to have a better set of students. And it's always like to make the youth of tomorrow stronger today, make them stronger today so that they can face it tomorrow. Right. As you mentioned, depression is one of the major reasons for many of the people to die, especially the youth, compared to AIDS or any other type of dangerous diseases. That's really very true. I agree with you on that. I agree on that. That's very true, ma'am. And that's making me think like, every single institution should have this. We usually have most of the institutions in different states only focusing on marks at the national and international level. So that's wonderful. What is the change you'd love to see? What is the change you'd love to see in the world? Is there something that each one of us, we know that there should be some change somewhere according to our perception of the world. Where is it that you'd love to see a change, ma'am?
Maybe I would like to see that hunger is completely eradicated in this world.
Wow, that's great. Hunger. That's true.
Imagine one day your food is late. How much we starve, how much we feel, oh, I didn't take food, I'm hungry. Yes, whatever you do, how much ever you earn, everything is for food, right? And imagine millions of people, including children, are not able to get at least one meal per day. So if you look at the data, worldwide hunger deaths, the proportion of people who are facing this problem of hunger. And then on the opposite side, you see people lavishingly wasting food. It could be some countries, developed countries, where food is being wasted. Even in India, especially during the weddings, gatherings, functions, and events, you can see how people waste food without the knowledge. It takes 100 days to grow rice properly from the time of rice transplantation by the time it is properly grown and we get the paddy grain. It's very easy to waste food. And in other countries, Western countries, this is not permitted. In India, we do that. But in some of the Western countries, it is a rule that even if you go out to the restaurant or so and you order food, you are not allowed to waste. Whatever you have taken, you have to empty the plate. If you waste food, you will be fined. It may sound very stringent practice, but resources are very less. You may have, but you are not the owner of the resources. You may have money, but you do not have right to waste the resources. So I really feel that everybody, and appeal that let us be little sensitive on this issue. Especially we deal with food in celebrations and other places. Please, you can go for always second serving, but do not take greedily lot of food, and please do not throw food. That is my appeal. And I would like to quote about Tisco, Tata. Tata companies, there is a practice that every day in their canteens and mess, they display the amount of wastage of food, which could feed, they give in numbers. Today's wastage has been these many kgs or grams, which could have feeded these many people. This is how they inform through a board every day, so that people are become more sensitized and reduce the wastage. This is also one of the key principles and values we follow at our school. We teach children that food should not be wasted. We try to encourage them and motivate them. And there are duties for our houses also. We have 4 houses, or we call them as kutumbas. And these kutumbas discharge duties like service, display of information and organizing assembly, and managing discipline. So it is like a self-governance. Children themselves are divided into these kutumbas, and each kutumba takes the responsibility of monitoring all these things.
Very interesting, very unique. And for the first time, I'm hearing all of this. That's great. That's a very interesting, dear. How many students are in this beautiful school?
6,000 plus, ma'am. And we have almost 6 streams here. We have CBSE, we have CIS, which is Cambridge International School. We have International Baccalaureate. We also have NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. Many of them are not much aware. It is a wonderful scheme of education, National Institute of Open Schooling. So children who might have dropped out due to various reasons can register through this and can attempt 10th class pass certificate exam and even also the 12th grade pass certificate examination. Especially this program and stream is good for those who pursue careers in other fields like sports. There could be some people who are pursuing sports or music or dance or any other careers, vocational courses. So this is a flexible thing where you need not visit school physically every day. The material will be given. There will be some assignments, practicals will be there, and year-end examination will be there. And there is no imposition of restriction of scheme of studies. Like science group means you are supposed to take PC and all, right? Physics, maths, chemistry. And commerce means you should take only a list of subjects like commerce, business studies, accountancy. So that kind of restriction is not there. More than 200 subjects are available and student can pick and choose any combination of 5 subjects. Additional subjects are also available. Vocational subjects are also available. I'm happy to share this information, but there is a stigma around this NIOS that it does not have equal weightage with the CBSE pass certificate examination in grade 10 and 12. But I would like to assure everyone here that NIOS is equally valued like CBSE or any other board certification for college admissions. And of late, even the foreign universities, which earlier did not recognize for admission into their university programs, have started accepting NIOS certification as well for their university programs in UG, undergraduate programs. It is a wonderful. Please, you can look for more information in the website, NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. And we have Montessori, following the Montessori methods for early childcare and education. We have kindergarten. We have a branch here separately in Manapakkam, Heartfulness Kids. And we also have Indigo section. This is for children with special needs in education. Indigo, we call them as Indigo children. And this is also a beautiful arrangement where children with some form of learning difficulties are trained using different methods, teaching methods and techniques. So all these streams are there, 6,000 plus. And I would like to share here, since it has come about this. Yesterday, our school received Tamil Nadu ranking 1 and Chennai #1 rank by C4 school ranking system by Brainfeed. I'm very happy to share this message with you all. In the category of Day-Come International Boarding School, International Day-Come Boarding School, it has received. We received this information just yesterday. Our correspondent received the prize in New Delhi at a big conference that was held. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations to your entire team. That's really nice. Congratulations to the way you work, all of you together. It's like teamwork, you know, where it's working very well. Like each one of you put in your very best. So that is very visible when you stand first and you're being awarded and rewarded for the kind of work that you do and you top the list. Hats off to that hard work from each one of you, including the students, the staff, the management, and parents. Congratulations to everyone. That's beautiful, dear. Ma'am, now I'd like to know about your interest with regard to gardening. Before we go to your personal interest with gardening, what about the environment in where you work? Like, are you giving a lot of importance to growing trees, protecting, you know, the different species that may be endangered? If there are certain plants and trees that could be endangered. So in what way Heartfulness School is doing its very best to protect environment? If you could share that, and then we go to the next.
Yeah, so our school has also got many awards as Green School and Green Campus, because entire system here is based on environmental sustainability. In my profile, you have mentioned about UNSLCD. It is United Nations International Student Leadership Conference. This conference is organized by GEM Foundation. It is connected to UN General Assembly, one of the, so mainly they announce 3 themes, sub-themes related to sustainable development. I hope at least some of the educators and elders will be aware of SDGs, which were previously called as MDGs, Millennium Developmental Goals, with focus on mitigating and coping with the effects of climate change. greenhouse gases, what is happening to the ozone layer depletion, deforestation, rising sea levels, temperatures, you know all of that. So understanding that the current model of development is harming environment, lot of leading to pollution and decimating many species of plants as well as animals. The world leaders came together, environmentalists and others also have been there. And Earth Summit has happened in 1992 at Rio de Janeiro. And later, many such conferences have happened where they have adopted Millennium Developmental Goals to address core issues of ecological pollution and damage, and also economic and social development. The target was 2015. Every government was supposed to draw their own list of targets based on their economic and other kind of conditions. And since we were not able to completely reach those goals, they were reintroduced as sustainable developmental goals. There are 17 goals, SDGs, we call them, which are linked to protection of environment, livelihoods of people, energy also. We now currently depend mostly on non-renewable sources of energy like coal and petrol and others. So which are exhausted mostly, it will not last longer. The humanity has come to the verge of extinction, we should say. If we are not opening eyes, we are not waking up to this reality and start action in real steps, it will be a kind of a danger. We already see increasing number of natural disasters like floods. Recently, we learned about something in Kerala, Wayanad. Yes, earthquakes, floods, everything. So it is high time that we understand that not only at the national and international level, only it is not the business of environmentalists, especially education. By creating this awareness among the youth, they have to involve and engage youth, and everybody should collectively take this responsibility of nurturing and protecting the environment. So in our school, aligning with this SDGs, we have a rainwater harvesting system. So where every drop of water is being saved and collected, and it is further used for the supply of water and day-to-day water usage in the school. We have around maybe 2,000 plants here, trees.
Wow.
We have engaged our own batches around 2015-16. We engaged class 12 students, the outgoing batches. They planted the trees, they prepared the nameplates, writing the name of the tree, the scientific name, and the users and their batch. So by the time they return after few years, they can see the full grown tree. So we initiate so many tree plantation, and the school also has the largest Interact Club connected with the Rotary. I hope you are aware of Rotary Club. Interact is a version of school level Rotary Club. So it is our school. We have two Interact Clubs in school. One is Suryodaya Interact Club for the CIS and IB and NIOS. And for CBSE students, we have Chandrodaya Interact Club, where children are engaged. Every month, they have so many set of activities and programs, observing some important days like World Environment Day, Cancer Awareness Week, Tree Plantation Day. So they are engaged in all of this. We also have water treatment plant. So whatever we have used water, we treat that water and we reuse the water. Water treatment plant, green cover. If you come and see, I invite you, if it is possible, you can visit our school. It is in Chennai, Kolapakkam. So you can visit, it is a green campus. And we are also engaging children in activities that help them to even regenerate soil, like composting. We take up composting here. And also everything on all the buildings here, we have solar panels, including the buses. So we generate electricity and we are connected to the Tamil Nadu electricity board. After using for our school domestic purposes, we sometimes it is like in-grid thing. So we also share that extra volts of electricity with the Tamil Nadu education. In this way, we are nurturing children are exposed to all these things, understanding how we can put sustainable practices in our own life practically every day.
Brilliant, brilliant. Hats off to all the wonderful work that you people are doing. In fact, every school out there should be following what you are doing now, as you've mentioned, like connected with the environment, connected with the electricity department, and giving your very best in every field. It's really nice. I wish I had my education in your school. That makes me feel that you need the right kind of education, Yeah. Nevertheless, I'm happy to hear it now. It's really like honey to, like it's like music to my ears. And if I were to taste it, it would be like honey. So that's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Welcome.
At the outset, let me appreciate and also express my heartfelt thanks for this wonderful opportunity to have an interaction and share a word with you, couple of words with you. As you have mentioned, it is a blessing to be a part of this school. And I'm grateful to the founder of the school, who is the third guru in the lineage of masters of the Heartfulness Institute, Sri Parthasarathi Rajagopalachari. And it was his vision that has resulted in setting up of this beautiful and wonderful school, which is a heaven for the students and the staff members and all the staff stakeholders who are related with this school. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's very nice of you to extend gratitude and love across the world, for all that you have. You mentioned about the founder of the school and the various people who are connected with it. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. We look forward to many more interactions with you in the near future as well. Stay connected and stay blessed. Wishing you a lot of happiness and peace in all that you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. My dear friends, with this, we'd like to come to an end to the International Fabtalks for today. If you like what the International Fabtalk team is doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fabtalks. Above all, I would like all of you to concentrate on this beautiful message that our celebrity and guest has shared today.